Hey folks, it is Thursday, November 4th, and here is your forecast. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to read the Writing Studio sample draft right here. Notice as there was for assignment 1, there are 3 parts of the Writing Studio sample: the rough draft, the peer review comments on that rough draft, and then the revisions, right, that are in blue. So make sure you read that in its entirety because that's how you're going to get the most out of this Writing Studio session, right? And when you are reading this carefully, I want you to first note how carefully the author's peers have responded to the draft, and then also how the author takes care in responding to the peer review feedback, right? In task 2, then you're going to reflect on what you learned from the Writing Studio in Pop Writing Check-in 3. And really make sure that you do both of these things. One specific thing that you have learned specifically regarding assignment 2 about how to provide really substantial feedback to assignment 2 in particular, not like just general how to provide feedback, right? Like something you're like, oh, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, that's something I need to look for as a reviewer, right? And then also one specific thing that you've kind of learned is sort of like in your mind, like, oh yeah, like this is how I should be thinking about my revisions for assignment 2 and how I learned that from this Writing Studio session. Okay, so that is what we're going to be doing. All right. And then once you've done that, obviously, and you've created a post in Pop Writing Check-in 3, just respond to one of your peers in Slack. And then in task 3, I want you to familiarize yourself with the peer review form. I mean, obviously you will have seen the peer review form in task 2. So, there's that. And keep in mind again that you're going to need to paste the peer review form to the bottom of your peer review session, which is going to be Tuesday, November 9th. Okay. So there's that. And then, in task 4, you're going to just check out your workflow. If you are a little unfamiliar with our peer review workflow, there is this sort of video that kind of talks about what that's going to be like. It's going to be very similar to the overview that I gave for the first assignment, but just in case you need a refresher, it's there for you, right? And then you're going to locate your peer review channel. So there's that. So check that out. Maybe say hi to your peers, right? And then make sure you can access your folder, right? So your peer review folder and then your peer review channel on Slack, all right? If for some reason you can't access either your folder or your peer review channel, please either message me on Slack or call or text me at my cell phone number, which is listed below. And then for homework, what I want you to do is to take any insights that you have gleaned from the Writing Studio to modify your paper, and know that is going to be your peer review needs to be, make sure to paste your peer review form to the bottom of your assignment 2 paper, right? Make sure to correctly sort of label your paper, your peer review paper, and then put it in your peer review folder, all right? And then the last thing is just to kind of share something that you want to give a heads up to your peers about how, like, questions you have about your paper, right? And the things you think you're going to need help on. So that is what we are doing for homework over the weekend, all right? Cool beans.